guys.
I used to be a camper actually, and then I graduated, became a counselor to give back to the organization.
From the age of 14 months to the age of 10, Mark had an impaired immune system. 10 hospital stays, housebound. Is nothing short of a miracle. He almost died 3 times. Chai Lifeline gave hope when Mark was at home in a bubble.
That is not something you can get from medicine. That's just, it's its own type of medicine. They also visited him in the hospital. Even though he couldn't have visitors, they would come outside the door and make funny faces.
They're here for us today. How unbelievable is that? They don't just drop off and disappear. Mark's counselor for the first year was here today.
I called Mark's mom and I said, let's have a birthday party.
You like the Jack of Diamonds?
They know how to take any situation and turn it into fun. And sometimes the situations are not always, fun, but they know how to really turn things around.
Chai Lifeline is designed to help the kid throughout the year.
This was a great day to be out of the hospital and so full of life and just enjoying, everyone. His friends and his family and his Chai Lifeline extended family, everyone all together.
Turned out to be this unbelievable event, and they make such a huge difference in the lives of the children. It's heartwarming.
It's a relationship that's built, and it's a relationship that lasts.
They're incredible people. I don't know of any organization that compares to Chai Lifeline.
I started feeling soreness in my hip and my thigh and in my knee.
And they did a CT scan, and within 6 hours she was receiving her first dose of chemo.
I was just so scared and hoping that I'd wake up and it'd be a dream.
When we introduce that word and everything that follows with it to a family and to a kid, the world spins for them and time stops.
We arrived Tuesday morning. There was a Chai Lifeline coordinator who was at my side that day.
I start by telling them what Chai Lifeline has to offer, and that usually amazes every family because they associate Chai Lifeline with Camp Simcha and don't realize there's hospital services, there's home services, volunteers, food, transportation.
At every step of the way, they've always been there, from the diagnosis, from transferring to a new hospital.
Sometimes parents insist upon spending every night in the hospital. They get run down, and they have other children at home, and we have very competent, wonderful volunteers who can stay in the hospital with them.
Usually volunteer stays for about 2 hours, 3 hours.
When they see me, I know how grateful they are that I'm there. I'm so happy that I can touch their lives and be a part of it.
Some people are under the impression that Chai Lifeline just works with families with cancer. We're actually much larger than that, and we deal with families that have children who have other life-threatening illnesses.
It is an organization without peer and without parallel throughout the course of illness and recovery.
I had cancer here, this big. I went to the hospital, I had a chemo, but then they made a cut and then they took it out. But then it came back again.
When I get off the bus, everyone's making a tunnel for me.
I've never been greeted like that. Very, very cool.
After breakfast, we just dance.
Camp is really the most magical place you could ever walk into.
The environment is always happy. There's no pain in this camp.
This is a world of its own.
Child's dream come true.
My first year, I went in a hot air balloon. My second year, I was in a helicopter.
I volunteer in the hospital, and there are kids who I see that never get out of their bed or always in a bad mood, and they come to camp, and they're jumping on stage at concerts.
One of my patients is here this summer, and up until 2 days before camp, the kid was in a wheelchair. And since he got to camp, he has not been in a wheelchair for more than a few minutes.
And yesterday I got to take a girl who has not walked
for a year onto a speedboat, and I got to see her walk for the first time. It was just unbelievable.
It's the 2 weeks of the year I look forward to give me strength for the other 50.
There really is nothing that compares to Chai Lifeline in the entire world of cancer care.
There's no other organization that brings the support into the family like Chai Lifeline does.
I'm so grateful as a mom and so grateful just our whole family.
Thank you to Chai Lifeline and all the volunteers and everybody who's helped me get through this.
Thank you, Camp Simcha and Chai Lifeline, for everything you have done so far.
And I wish all my friends a good day in Camp Simcha.